Greetings viewers, welcome to today's class. We'll be studying parasitology, nematode parasite. Now, parasites in parasitology can be classified into two. We have the non-helminthic parasite and we have the helminthic parasite. Now, excuse me, non-helminthic parasites just include the protozoas, while the helminthic parasites include the platyhelminthes, and the nematode parasite. So parasites in parasitology classified into two: the non-helminthic parasite and the helminthic parasite, whereby the non-helminthic include the protozoas and the helminthic include the platyhelminthes and the nematode parasite. Now, what we will be looking at or discuss today is just the nematode parasite we have. Now, I will begin with the nematode parasite called the Trichuris trichura, which causes a disease called the trichuriasis. We have the parasite called the Trichinella spiralis, which causes a disease called the trichinellosis. And we also have the one called the Toxocara canis, which causes a disease called the toxocariasis. So you have the trichura, which causes a disease called the trichuriasis. The Trichinella spiralis, which causes a disease called the trichinellosis. The Toxocara canis, which causes a disease called the toxocariasis. And we have the one called the Strongyloides stachoralis, which causes a disease called strongyloidiasis. Now, there are some nematode parasites, that causes hookworm disease. What are these parasites? The Ancylostoma duodenale, and the Necato americanus. So actually, these two parasites causes the hookworm disease, or the disease called the encylostomiasis. Now, and we are going to be looking at the last but not the least nematode parasite, which is called the Dranculus medinensis. The Dranculus medinensis, which causes a disease called the Dranculiasis. Now, the Dranculus medinensis are commonly called the Medina worms. Now, we will now be going over to the filaria worms. Now, filaria worms are worms that have periodic life cycle. They can actually be present in an organism and disappear at some particular time. Now, the first filaria worm we are going to talk about is the Wuchereria bankruptcy, the Brugia malayi, and the Brugia timori. These three filarial worms causes a disease known as the bankruptian filariasis, or the disease commonly known as the elephantiasis. So, the Wuchereria bankrupting, the Brugia malayi, and the Brugia timori causes the disease called the bankruptian filariasis or the elephantiasis. Now, we also have what we call the lua, which causes a disease known as the luaisis. And finally, we have the one called the Mansonella ozadi, which causes a disease known as the Mansonellosis. A Mansonella ozadi, which causes the disease called the Mansonellosis. So we come to the end of today's class. Thank you for viewing. May you be blessed.